Hello everyone, I'm Lucy from Library of Lucy and this is going to be a 24-hour reading vlog or readathon vlog. So I'm going to do a 24-hour readathon. I am going to use a timer, but I'm not going to keep stopping and starting it. I'm only going to stop it when I take like big breaks, like if I go to sleep. And yeah, if I'm just not reading for a long period of time, then I'm going to stop the timer. But for the most part, I'm going to try and leave it running and just keep reading. So yeah, I'm just going to talk through some of the books I plan to read. So I'm aiming for 3 books. However, if that doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. I can move on. But the first book I'm going to start with is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, because I am already halfway through this book, so I only have about 200-ish pages left to read, so I just feel like this one will be easy to start with. This is a romance between a girl called Piper, who's from LA, and she's this very like high maintenance socialite, very Instagram famous, that kind of thing, and Brendan, who's from this small fishing town called Westport, and he's very masculine, like he's a fisherman. He's like very different to the guys from LA that Piper's used to. And yeah, Piper's basically banished to Westport by her stepfather. And yeah, it's a romance between Piper and Brendan, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And yeah, I feel like I can finish this quite fast. Then after I finished that one, I do want to read Defy Me by Tahara Mafi. This is the next book that I have to read in the Shatter Me series. I think it's book 5, maybe? I'm not sure. But I read these really fast, so I just want to get through it, and I really want to carry on the series. So and I also want to read the other novella in Find Me, because that comes after Defy Me, so I'm going to finish both of those after, hopefully. And then if I read all of that, I think I want to move on to a thriller. So I think I'm going to pick up The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. This is a mystery, and it's all told in audio files. Like the entire book is audio files, so I feel like it'll be really fast to read. If you don't know, the book before this, The Appeal, was all told in emails, so it's kind of a theme. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up this one next, but this might change because I'm quite a mood reader, so I will let you know though if it does change. But this is the plan at the moment. Also, I forgot to say that I'm starting this challenge at 10 AM today, and it's currently 10:15, so I'm going to start in 15 minutes. And I'm also posting all of this on my Instagram. I've made like a TBR, made me a TBR template to use. So people have been joining in and showing me what books they're planning to read in this readathon. I'll leave my Instagram in the description in case I do anything like this again. But also feel free to DM me on Instagram. I love talking to people on Instagram, so yeah, that will be in the description.
I wear that perfume, you know, the one that you bought me. Every time you come around, I know that you will love it. Come and make some good times, forget about the bad times. Baby, can't make up my mind and I know you get impatient. You say I'm not in love, you say that I'm daydreaming, baby. Well, if I'm daydreaming, then come get some sleep with me. Don't worry about it, please don't be frantic. You
Chapter 16 of this book. If you've read it, you'll know. God, that took a turn. I did not know that this was going to be this kind of book. Okay then. Okay, so as you just saw, I'm now 2 hours in to the readathon and I'm on page 294 now, so I've read 117 pages, which honestly I think is good, but I kind of wanted to read more than that. But I'm kind of averaging like 60 pages an hour, which is a page a minute, which does make sense. So I've got like 103 pages left, so I'm hoping to finish that within the next hour and a half. I am really enjoying this book. I just did not expect it to be spicy, but it is. The lighting is not very good, so I apologise, but I just finished It Happened One Summer. I thought that this was going to be like 20 pages longer. I thought it was like 400 pages, but it was actually 385. So I was not prepared when it ended very suddenly for me, because I thought it was going to be longer. I've really, really liked this. I'm so glad that I read it. I feel like it's going to be 5 stars, but I just want to let my brain take it in for a bit before I actually decide the actual rating. But yeah, I feel like it will be 5 stars, and I definitely want to buy the second one immediately, so I might be doing that today as well. But I'm going to take a short break before I start the next book, but I am going to leave the timer running. I'm just gonna like paint my nails or something just to take a little break. But yeah, first book down, and we're 3 hours in, or like 3.5 hours I think the timer's on. So yeah, doing pretty well. So I realised I've literally changed out of this top and back into it, but I got cold, so I put on a hoodie, and now I'm warm again, so I've put the top back on. So just excuse the constant outfit changes. But I'm gonna start Defy Me now by Tara Maffey. I'm hoping this is going to be a fast read. It's only 363 pages and it's YA, so it should be quite fast to read. But yeah, so the timer's on 4 hours now, so I'm hoping by like 7 hours maybe I will have finished this, and then I can read the next novella. We'll see how this goes. The timer is on 8 hours and 20 minutes and I just finished Defy Me. I did pause the timer to eat my dinner and take a shower. And also there are 46 minutes on that timer that was like me not reading. So it probably took me about 4 hours to read this whole book, which I'm very happy with. And I actually really liked this book. I think it might be because I took quite a long break like in between reading this series. Like I read the last one like maybe in February or March, so it has been a while, and like so it just felt really fresh to me, and like I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I think this actually might be one of my favourite ones in the series, which I know might be controversial because a lot of people don't like the second half of this series, but I really liked this one, and I also think this one is the prettiest cover. So yeah, so now I'm just going to read the Next novella, which is Reveal Me. I don't like the novellas in this series, I really don't, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I'm just gonna see how many pages it is. Okay, it's less than 100 pages. It's about 90 pages, so I can do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna read this novella, and then instead of reading the mystery that I said I was going to read, I think I'm just going to carry on with the series, because I'm really invested now and I'm in like this shatter me mood now that I've finished that book. So yeah, I think, do you know what, my plan for the rest of this readathon is to finish this series. Things have took a drastic turn, but yeah, that's now the plan. I've just finished Find Me. It took me 54 minutes to read the novella, and my timer is now on 9 hours and 14 minutes, which means I'm actually going to have to read a lot tomorrow, because I'm not even halfway to 24 hours yet, which I did not expect. To be honest, I expected to be on at least 12 hours by the end of today. But yeah, about this, I don't really like the novellas in the Shatter Me series. I just feel like they could be, like, instead of a 100-page novella in a separate book, I feel like they could just put like 30 pages at the start of the book to explain what happened in them. This one I didn't mind too much because it was from Kenji's point of view, and Kenji's funny. So yeah, I didn't mind this one too much, but yeah, I just don't really see the point in the novellas. I think they could have just put it in the actual next book. But yeah, I've finished that now. I'm not going to write it because I just don't like to write these. But the next book that I'm going to read is the next book in the Shatter Me series. I probably will start it tonight, but I'll probably read most of it tomorrow. But I will obviously let you know. Okay, it's the next day. There are 15 hours left on my timer, so I'm gonna start Imagine Me. Okay, first things first, I want everyone to acknowledge my t-shirt. It is literally a RuPaul t-shirt. Anyway, so today obviously I was supposed to finish the readathon. I ended up going shopping, so it did not happen, so I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I know it's kind of a fail, but it's not, because I'm still going to be reading for the 24 hours. Luckily I did the timer method, so I can, you know, actually read the 24 hours. So I'll finish it like tonight and tomorrow. But while I was shopping, I did buy 2 books. So I bought the second book after It Happened One Summer. I got Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, which is what I went for in the first place. And then I also got The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, because obviously it's just been made into a TV show and I like to read the book first. So yeah, but I will check back in when I actually carry on the readathon. Okay, here we are. I'm keeping my promise to finish this readathon today. This is a first for me, because normally I'll say I'll finish a readathon and then I just don't do it. Normally I just completely fail readathons. I hope I haven't just jinxed myself, but I am going to do it. I'm going to read Imagine Me, and I'm going to estimate that this is going to take me 5 hours. So we'll see if I'm right. So I'm on page 46 so far, and I'm really not enjoying it. So I hope that it gets better. I'm just confused, and yeah, I just am not enjoying it so far. But I really hope it picks up, because I've got to read this all today. I look a bit crazy, but I feel like this book's gonna make me cry. So I'm still not like enjoying it, but I feel like it's gonna be a sad one, because it is the last main book in the series. Like, the actual last one is just a novella, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be really like sad, and I don't know why. I'm 128 pages in and I just feel like I'm gonna start sobbing soon. and I'm terrified for it. I don't want that. Oh, I hope I don't cry. I really hope I don't cry. I feel like I'm giving loads of updates on this, but I just need to document my time reading this book, because actually I'm really enjoying it now, and it's really giving me a Court of Wings and Ruin vibes. Like, I nearly cried from page like 140 to 145. It was just like, oh my god, my heart was beating so fast. I was on edge. There's so much happening, and like, oh my god, this is really good, but like, I'm scared to carry on reading. I just don't want to know what happens next. I'm on page 151. I'm scared. I'm scared. I knew someone was gonna die. I just knew it. Okay, I think I realised why I wasn't enjoying this book as much. Basically, I don't like reading fights and conflict scenes, and obviously because this is the last book, it's quite like, it's like a war basically, and there's a lot of conflict happening, and I don't like reading it. Like, I just want to see the nice happy ending. But obviously I know that it's a big part of, you know, the story, and it has to happen in order to get to the nice happy ending, but I just don't like reading it. But I am enjoying the book. I have 50 pages left, so I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, I finished Imagine Me in 4 hours and 38 minutes. This was actually really good. At the start, like I said, I wasn't enjoying it as much as I was enjoying the one before at the start, but it did get better. I just don't like conflict in books, but I know that it has to happen. But yeah, this was really good, and it was actually a really, really nice ending. Okay, hello, editing me here. I don't know why I said that. I didn't think it was a good ending at all. I felt it was quite rushed. I also didn't say what I rated the book. I rated it 3.5 stars. I think because I filmed this clip right after I finished it, the adrenaline was coursing through my veins. But yeah, I did not feel that way at all. It was a good book, but I felt like the end was a bit rushed, and yeah, it wasn't my favourite in the series, let's just say that. I know I've still got the last novella to read, but I'm pretty sure that's just about, spoiler alert, if you haven't read this series yet, or if you haven't finished it, skip ahead of it, but I'm pretty sure the last novella is about Julia and Aaron's wedding. So I don't think it actually adds anything to the story. It's just like basically like a Wattpad experience, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna read this one next, and then I will have finished the series. And I think after I've finished this novella, I'm gonna finish the 24-hour readathon. My timer is only on 14 hours, but I have been doing this over a few days, so it's definitely been more than 24 hours. So yeah, I'll let you know when I read this one what I think of it, and I'll let you know my final thoughts on the series and on the readathon.
Okay, I don't know if I've missed something, but the Shatter Me series is YA, isn't it? And all the other books in the series have felt YA. So why? I'm on the last book now. I'm on page 88 and 89. This is adult. This is porn. This is so adult. It's unbelievable. This is like Wattpad. This is like why is this book so much more pornographic than the rest? I'm baffled. I don't know if I've missed something. But this is very explicit. And I just wasn't expecting it.
Okay, I'm finishing this readathon at 16 hours and 12 minutes. It took me 2 hours and 19 minutes to read this novella, believe me. Thoughts on this book. This was actually better than I expected. I feel like the first 50 pages though were kind of pointless and could have been taken out. So it could have been like 50 pages shorter and it would have been fine. But this was a novella that I actually liked. Like, I don't like any of the other novellas, and I don't think any of the other novellas are necessary at all. But this one I actually liked, and it really wrapped up the story well. Kind of spoiler alert, I loved at the end how Kenji and Warner, obviously they have a love-hate relationship, but at the end it was just like really wholesome between them. And yeah, I just think it was a really nice ending. However, yeah, like I said before, this was definitely adult, not young adult. Like, this was intense. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series overall. I can't believe I actually finished it. But I'm really glad that I did. And yeah, it's definitely a good series. And if you haven't read it, I would definitely recommend reading it. So, in 16 hours, I have read all of these books. Obviously I only read half of this one because I was already halfway through. Pardon me. But yeah, so I read 5 books and I'm actually very impressed. I'm so glad that I finished the Shatter Me series. I didn't think I'd do it because I thought I'd get bored, but I was actually really enjoying it and I'm glad that I did that. But yeah, that was this readathon done. I've realised it's actually a lot harder than I thought to read for 24 hours straight. I mean, for 24 hours, like, timed, because, like we have seen, I did not do it. I only managed 16 hours. 24 hours is just insane. But yeah, it was nice to try a new way to do a readathon. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please look in the description. I'll leave some stuff in there. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.